Yo, welcome back YouTube. Hopefully everyone's doing well. As you can see, it's pretty cloudy. Here in Australia it is winter time, so we've had a bit of rain the last couple of weeks and it's cold. I came out yesterday to film this exact video and riding now to the exact same petrol station. For some reason my GoPro mic has been plugged in the whole time, but unfortunately from here to there was normal. Taken off from the petrol station to the next spot we were going while I was talking about what today's topic is how much it costs to like own a Litre bike. For some reason my mic was plugged in but it didn't pick any of the audio up. It went straight back to the GoPro mic, so I'm coming back out today to refilm it. So yeah, in today's topic we're talking about how much it costs roughly. I'll say roughly because it all depends on how much you ride the bike and stuff, so, and like what mods and that you're going to be doing, but roughly how much it costs to own a Litre bike. Is this car going straight or what you doing? So yeah, that's today's topic. We're just going to get some fuel and then hopefully the mic works from there and we can continue to ride. We've got about a 40-minute ride. We're just going to go out to where we were yesterday. When we pulled off from where we're doing some laps and stuff, there's a really nice like farm area that has like a really cool background. So we're going to go out there, get some photos, some videos. You'll either see them in the start of this video or the end, but yeah, I'll fill up and we'll go from there. Hopefully the mic works, but this should give you a rough idea of what it costs if you're in the market to buy a Litre bike. So hopefully this helps someone, and if it does, let me know in the comments, or if you have a Litre bike, let me know what you're spending on your motorbike per year. Like I said, it is going to be different for couple of people depending on like your insurances and everything. So yeah, we'll get filled up and we'll go from there. Yo, we made it to Kiama. I thought I'd just go back over what I did on the highway just in case the audio was couldn't hear me. So yeah, so number one would be your insurances. Like I said, I pay $2,000 a year. I've only had my full license for almost 2 years now, so you could get your insurances probably a little bit cheaper somewhere else, but all my insurances are just all through the same company, so that's why I do that. And then number two would be like your servicing every year. I do mine every 5,000 because I'm riding most of the time in the twisties, low first, second gear, high revs, been on the track, so I just like to keep my oil pretty fresh, so I do it every 5,000. Obviously you don't have to, but I'm just going to include that in the cost, and that's about $430 every time I've done it. I did the third one myself, which was pretty easy. Doing the servicing is actually not as hard as you might think. I have no knowledge of I don't know a lot about bikes really. I normally ask my brother-in-law if I do have questions. He's put my master cylinder on, he's taken wheels and all that off, and he's pretty cluey with all that kind of stuff. So I just asked him and then he explained it wasn't that hard. I watched a couple of videos and I was like, oh, it doesn't actually look that hard. And I think for the material, for all the parts and stuff, it was about $300. So realistically you're only paying $130 to get it serviced. So if you want to do it yourself, it'd be something to be worth doing it once after your warranty is over. It wouldn't hurt to give it a go, learn a little bit about the bike. But if you don't, just that's the pricing for a Litre bike, roughly about $430 depending on dealerships. And then the last one was just like parts and stuff, just because you are on like a sports bike, you're going through, oh sorry, parts and tires. So you are, I went to a 520 chain on the R1, and the dealership that put my front sprocket on, which I won't mention, actually put the front sprocket on back to front. And about 2 weeks before we left, oh sorry, the week we left to go to Victoria, I just went did a quick maintenance, went over the bike, and I opened up, had a look at the front sprocket, and I had 2 teeth left. So I had to race around and find a 520, which is quite difficult sometimes, considering I'm just going to up my traction a touch. It's quite difficult sometimes when you're going to a 520 because a lot of shops don't stock it. So that was, I found one in Sydney, so that same day I ordered it. I quickly drove there, got it. We got the tyres changed and got the new sprocket on, which was just in time before we left to go to Victoria. But yeah, that, and then I've got a, that's Rob. I got a new chain and sprocket. The road's actually not too bad. A little wet. New chain and sprocket. And that cost about $400, I think. And then I recently got a new chain recently because one of the bearings cracked, and I didn't want to chance it, so I just kept, I got a new one straight away. But we're going to go down and film some content down here. Pretty nice with this foggy clouds and stuff. But yeah, and then the new tyres cost me about $800. I went with the Rosso 4 courses. They were about $800. And oh yeah, thanks buddy. I'm not really riding fast anyway, trying to make a video. But yeah, the tyres cost me $800, and I ended up putting them on just before the trip as well. They lasted about 5,000 Ks. There's a bit of water here from yesterday as well. Yeah, they cost about $800 fitted, so you would be going through. I just put the stock ones back on because I took them off a little bit early, so I had a bit of room, a bit of tread left on them. So I did that. But yeah, you're looking at like $800 fitted for new tyres. So I forget all the pricing, but I'll put it all back up on the screen so you can see. And it's just a rough estimate. Like I said, you don't, it all depends on how you ride your bike and where you're riding, how many kilometers you're doing. Like, you might not need to change your tires, you might not need to change your sprocket, but I'm trying to give you a realistic price on what it costs to run and own a Litre bike. The biggest one's obviously going to be insurance, fueling as well. I normally pay about $35 to fill this up with fuel prices right now. About $35 every time I fill it up normally. So yeah, I rode yesterday and today I'll fill it up twice, so 70. But yeah, like it's just a little bit of an insight on what it costs to run them, and hopefully like this has helped some people out, because like, yeah, you're buying a pretty expensive bike and then you think that's kind of it, but that's just the start of it really. You've got to maintain them, the cost to run them. Roads aren't that bad, pretty good still. My fuel light's going to come on pretty soon. There's a cool little spot down here, I want to go get some photos. We stopped here yesterday and I let Tyler, I let Tyler ride my bike. But yeah, there's a cool little spot down here. Yeah, he's on a 650. He rode the R1 along here, and we were waiting there for him, and I was like, man, open it up. Like, you could hear him just being in first gear the whole time. I was like, no, open it up, man. But I don't know if you can kind of see what I'm looking at. I kind of want to get some sick photos along this road. Unfortunately, I'm on my own, so I'm going to kind of put the bike in the middle, and then like hopefully no cars come. But like, yeah, you can kind of see what I'm getting at. Like, you get some nice background. R1, I absolutely love this bike. The only thing recently is I've rode, like, my brother-in-law's Toronto. I've rode the 1390, and the biggest thing I'm picking up is they're actually so, like, the Toronto's so close to a sports bike. Like, it's got the fairings at the front, it's got everything, and because you got the semi-electronic suspension, man, it feels so planted through those turns that we just went through. Like, you could almost, like, they're replacing the need for a sports bike. Like, you're in an aggressive riding position, you've got the sound, you've got the power. That's like the only thing I'm like tossing on. Like, do I sell this and buy like a V4 Street Fighter? I haven't decided, but if I did sell it, that's like something I'd be leaning towards, like a Street Fighter hyper naked type of bike. There's cars coming. I really want to get this in the middle, and then hopefully no cars come past and I can just get some videos. But that's just going to wrap it up. We'll quickly go over everything again. So it's insurances, parts, maintenance, tyres. They're your biggest factors in the cost, and that's the cost for everything as well. It's not just the R1s and sports bikes, but I find you're going through tyres a lot more. You got a lot more power that you're putting in, so the rear, you're going through rear tyres. Brother-in-law in the Toronto only got like 3,000 k's out of his rear. You got that low end torque, and he's just ripping it. So just keep that in mind when you are looking at buying a bike, and hopefully this has helped someone. If it has, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Enjoy the cinematics, some photos. Follow me on Instagram. The Instagram will be down below. It's same name as YouTube. I'll post a lot more photos and cinematic stuff on there. Have a good weekend. I want to get some photos before I lose the sun. Hope I don't get ran over. Thank you.